Yes, it's KEXP 90.3 FM, Seattle, KEXP.org. My name is Larry Myzell Jr. I'm in the live room right here with one of Chicago's preeminent lyricists. I've been a fan of this cat for some time now. I'm standing now. While I'm sitting, he's standing. Mr. Mick Jenkins, what's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here, for sure. I know you've been on the road. I know you're about to head to Europe in a little bit. We'll get into all of that. But I know you got some music for us.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Let's get into it.
I gotta burn one for the homies that ever stayed down since the only island that we seen was stony water, murky that felt more like the Everglades. High rises built just like Section 8, you trapped up there, purging all the foodness. Know that you can smell the sage, you step in here, bagging up the echinacea. What's the tea on me? He too low key, I'm selling lemonade. I stay out the way, it's niggas in the way, swear they not in the way and will feel away if I mention names. And keep it strange, these niggas facts, we get ping and bass, but not in your face. Shifting shapes when they in your space, I'm a square reader, a small circle and we ain't adding a hair neither. We all tortoise came out of my shell. Niggas not here for the fair weather, ain't under no spell. I know you smell what a nigga cooking, I'm hungry as hell. These niggas gon' bear witness a Michelin Star. Couldn't see it this far. Back when a nigga was line cooking, I'm sous chefing these days. Proofreading these plates with a fine tooth comb, won't find a line crooked. Still casting lines, now I'm hooking big fish out these ways. Yeah. Still remember when it was minimum wage. Yeah. Remember niggas would do they parts, no complaints. Now the art get contaminated and hearts full of shade. Tend not to harp on the hate. Hey, speakers knock, but I didn't get it by my lonely lighters up. I gotta burn one for the homies that forever stay down. We got Noah on the drums. Slime 6-4 on the boards. Sold out show in Seattle, it's gonna be amazing. That feels good. It's like this. Was this freckle-faced nigga Muggs used to call red? Roll Tide soul had Auburn in his head. Light brown skin, a family trait he didn't share. Used to try to make niggas use his real name instead. Color theory. Color theory. Hey, it's a whole lot of green, all kind of green in here. I understand why it infatuate. You could be in limelights too. All you gotta do is exaggerate. Smoking on something chartreuse. I guess a nigga tend to oversaturate with this hue. See blue faces and jaded eyes, and olive branches and blatant lies. You could get this too. What brushstroke did you get stuck in? What kind of palette you mixed up in? What perspectives did your views up in? Hey, them black lights come out and you see that we all stained. And pink slips come out and you can't have enough drive. They been pulling yellow cards on the squad all game. We just trying to kick it. Channel Orange got enough vibes. Can I be frank? Forget silver and blonde. Need these ebony flows out the white gaze and beyond. Ain't no more gray area though. That ain't the shade that we on. Hey, what brushstroke did you get stuck in? What kind of palette you mixed up in? What perspectives did your views up in? Say, what brushstroke did you get stuck in? What kind of palette you mixed up in? Color theory. Color theory. You stupid. Since a shorty mama was needing a dough, I've been breaking bread, grew up in the church, did the stained glass fam. I've been breaking bread in the breeze on some windbreaker. In these trees like I got a hidden dragon. The balance is evident. Avatar never out of my element. If I can, I'm Star Trekking it too. I mean, let's be for real. Y'all can't glow with my hue glow. A clock light years with the hue blow. A nigga too far ahead, too slow coming off of the line. They talk drag, but it's a marathon. I thought he told you. I just keep mopping these flows. I just keep it clean as I'm supposed. Fabric softener, these niggas is hoes. Fresh out the machine, the way I seen niggas fold. I do my paper the same. Landscaping on my grass look green. I ain't gon' say it's the same, but you know, things ain't always what they seem. It's common French, I stay scheming. I ain't playing them games. Whole thing just a pyramid scheme. You never see, but keep hearing these things about the dirt that we did. I just keep mopping these flows. Yeah. I just keep mopping these flows. Who knows the chemicals that it got me exposed to? Fertilizer, we was just trying to grow. No pesticides, you gotta weed out your bros. Uncircumcised, got extra skin in the game. A million more like me in the fold. That's how I'm coming. I hustle when a nigga didn't have. That's how I bum it. A cash cow with big calves. That's how we run it. Wherever we grazed. If I spent it, it's a melon rebate. I need it back, I need it ASAP. Yeah. I need a mop, I hit the water with some Ajax. Yeah. Got a real motivational speech at the end of this one. Y'all gotta check it out on the album, The Patience. Yeah. Went to school in Alabama, met Free Nation, had the California on me. I think higher education is sensational. Chicago in my body though, just for your information. I don't get how y'all see flattery as imitation. I'm something they can't copy though. Started with the poetry, I just wanted to be popular. And then I got the girls on me, but that really ain't spark nothing. Then I got some flow on me, and then I threw some art in there. Then I put 1,000 hours in, and 10,000 hours in, 50,000 hours in. It was dark in there. I always thought that popping stuff to niggas you don't know is foolish. Like, you don't talk that Kobe system, you just go do it, right? Busy playing all the angles, still think we congruent. How niggas booed them wild, niggas cut his time, then they threw him out. Valet boutique parlayed in the niggas missing classes. Now I'm rapping and my shorty with me plotting on the masses. I'm like,
feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. Did 10,000 hours, feet don't fail me now.
It was 2014 before the waters broke. Was pregnant with ideas, calling audibles. I didn't have my focus down. All a nigga knew was we had ultrasounds. Couldn't see it clearly, we had hope around it. Maybe too much smoke was rolling back to back. No questions why it's hazy. Stressing, I was everything but lazy. Plenty wrinkles would get ironed out. We was only wrong about the timing like the Mayans. Nigga, clearly we not dying out. These ain't bars you buying out. Niggas sipping spirits, niggas vexing mine. Niggas disappearing 15 seconds on the net with no connection. Now you timing out. Climbed about a barrel full of crabs. Feel like everybody rap. Can't give everybody dap, no new affiliates. Everybody with me know my low-key spirit serious. Only way you hearing it is baritone. Catch me out in traffic with my chick. She got her masters, gotta buy my masters back. Ain't that some shit, my nigga?
Feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. Did 10,000 hours, feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now, 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 now.
Got Noah on the drums. Slime 6-4 on the boards. Mick Jenkins coming from the south side of Chicago.
Mick Jenkins, live on KEXP. You just heard 2011 from The Patience, Deluxe, Mop, Roy G. Biv, and Michelin Star, all from The Patience. You know, it strikes me when we talk about patience, a lot of times it's almost like to remember to be patient or to advise somebody to be patient. You know, is the title of that, is that coming from a place of impatience or, you know?
The title's coming from just looking back at the space that I made the music in and realizing that that was a lesson that I needed to learn the most. That was the wall that I kept running into. I think in general, when you do a lot of the groundwork yourself, you expect to see the growth immediately a lot of the times.
Right.
And I think a frustrating thing, especially for people who do a lot of the groundwork themselves, is that there comes a point where the work that needs to be done is not what you have to do.
Right.
It's somebody saying your name in a room you're not in. It's somebody sharing your music in a space that you're not. And that part of the journey is work that you cannot do at all. And it's stuff that you usually don't see at all.
Right.
And I think that part of the journey is where you're required to have the most patience, because you don't hear it, because you don't see it, you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
So
there's no telling what those pieces are that make that build that bridge, right? Out of that wall. That's that ephemeral thing. And from the outside, it's just been this organic growth and steady, persistence. I got hip to you. A brother sent me your song, a song called Lack off of Trees and Truths, and I was struck immediately. And you never let up. And you keep kind of growing. And that's how it seems to me. I'm sure it is like probably any independent artist, like growth forward is full of bumps and bruises and those walls you speak of.
Yeah.
But it's patience has been exuded through that path. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying?
Guess. I don't feel like I've been very patient at any point. I think I've just been forced to be, and realizing that, that's what I need to be working on right now has kind of like, it's where I can rest myself when I am impatient. It's like, this is what I should be doing. Okay, I see. My bad. To the Lord, I'm outside your plan. My fault. That's really how I think about it. But I don't think at any point is it like it's not a peaceful feeling. Right. You're not out here
trying to get it.
I don't even think that is the patience part. I think the patience part is when you can't wait.
Right.
Now you have to now this act can begin.
Right.
Like, you can't be patient if you can't be patient. I think there's as far as the action of being patient and practicing patience, I think if you're in a peaceful mindset, if you're at peace with waiting, then you're probably not being patient, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you have the moment to rest and breathe.
Been talking about that a lot, especially because the cover is so opposite to what the title is, right? The patience, and I look so frustrated on the cover. And I think that's why, in the biggest moments of patience in our lives, I don't think anybody was sitting there like,
right. Because they're always talking about learning it. Yeah. I've always been struck by your like very writerly style, and that seems to be kind of a thing I've noticed with a lot of cats out of Chicago. You have this very literate, writerly, effusive, soulful thing going on. For you personally, where does that come from?
That's what I champion. I've always been a writer. Before rap, it was poetry. Before poetry, it was all types of creative writing. My mother was heavy into journalism, empowered me in that, got on my butt about, punctuation and all those things. And so it was just always a part of who I was. I think even as I approached rap, it was, I want to take advantage of literary devices. I want to take advantage of sonnets and limericks and haiku, and how can I work that into my verse, and how can I, take pieces of that and elements of that and accentuate my rap. That's just the way my mind works. That's how I like to push the boundary. Double entendres and alliteration is, things you might hear often in rap. And so just figuring out ways to do that at a higher level, I think will push you towards words more than it pushes you towards the history of hip hop and other rappers. Right. So reading has been fundamental in that. I don't read as much as I used to, but just recently I started picking up books again, just like, I need to expound my vocabulary more. So, reading and writing always being a part of my life absolutely inform why I'm such a good rapper. For sure. Yeah.
It definitely comes across in that like love of words that you're speaking to. That
absolutely.
I don't hear with everybody, and I don't want to get on that thing like, cats ain't.
I think that's a huge thing for me. I'm talking about, I'm playing Scrabble and Boggle at 10 years old. Like, I love words.
Triple word score out here. Yeah. For sure. That's very, very vital. So I know that you've been on the road for a minute. You're about to go to Europe. Excuse me.
Yeah, in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, you excited for that?
Yeah, I'm excited. For me, this is the work part of what I do, you know? And so the hour that I'm going to be on stage, very exciting.
Yes, understood.
The other 18 hours of the day,
this is
tour
like
life is different.
Right.
You know? I'm married. I'm away from home. It's not exciting. You know?
I get that. Yeah. Like when somebody asks me if I'm going out of town, are you excited? I'm like, when I'm there, when the plane leaves the ground, I'm excited. You know, everything. But I'm just looking at everything until then, right now. Yeah.
I mean, for me, especially as I move into a more independent space, a lot of this is like taking care of a lot of stuff myself. You know,
right.
It's just, I can't even say it's a negative. It's not negative. It's just work. Yeah. It's work. Are you excited for work? You know what I'm saying? I think but the funnest parts of my work aren't tour.
Right.
You know, this is where it feels like work for real. You know, so it's exciting to be on stage. It's exciting to be with the fans, but it's a lot more than that for sure. Right.
Where's the space where you're creative, where I guess maybe the play comes in a little bit more?
On tour?
Or just in general, not on tour. Is it at home? Is it?
Yeah, just when I'm not touring, it can come at any time. Yeah. I think I'm really free with that, especially as a writer, understanding that forcing something out is never what you want to do. Which is, I learned that. It's not something I knew. You know, I would hear things later and be like, I hate that. And somebody's like, why that's such a great song? I'm like, I know I BS'd the last 6 bars, you know? So keeping key not to force anything, I just let it come when it comes. You know, there's pockets of time where I'll recognize within my own energy, maybe I'll be in the studio for a week and I realize like, oh, I'm in that mode. Okay, I should probably book some more sessions and be in here for 4 weeks instead of just one, you know. And there's times when I've been in there for a week and I realize like, okay, I'm just in here playing around, which is not a problem, but I just understand the space that I'm in. And I think being able to recognize the different spaces that you're in a creative cycle and process will help you prioritize when you should really be working on that next big thing or when you should just be tinkering and trying to push the boundaries of what you can do.
Right.
And that's my job most of the time. So, you know, I'm around a crop of people that loves being in the studio, that loves to produce, tinker, you know. So that's really just 24/7. Whenever we can lock in, whenever we want to lock in, we do that. Got to do some living to have something to write about too.
That's right.
So, it's very fluid when I'm not touring. It's touring and press runs and video shoots and album time that makes it feel more like work. But, you know, that's usually only happened 3 or 4 months out the year. So the rest of the time is real fluid.
Right on. What is the stuff most recently that is like giving you juice, is inspiring you? Whether it's life, books, movies, what?
The younger generation of hip hop. It's crazy. I think what what people are, you know, doing in the mainstream is very inspiring. What people are doing who aren't in the mainstream is very inspiring. I've been privileged to hear some music that's unreleased by some very, very dope artists. Super, super inspiring.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, watching the young generation do things that we never did before that people don't like. You know what I'm saying? That is exploration and on the fringes of what one might call rap or hip hop. I think there's a lot of that right now. It's just like, what do I call this? But it's really inspiring. You know,
people are more into it and more here for it than they used to be.
Yeah,
way more.
I'm huge on like, I'm focused on what me and my fans got going on.
Yeah.
Everything else out there is like, well, how can we use some of that, incorporate that, you know, pick up off that and make it doper than what that full package is. I'm super into figuring that out. I don't think at this point in my career, I see things that I don't like and be like,
Right.
I'm more like, why do people like that?
Right.
Since I don't, you know what I'm saying? So all of that is what's super inspiring for me right now when it comes to music. I've been listening to artists that I wouldn't normally listen to. But,
anybody in particular?
Four Bats, Tia Corinne.
Okay.
Yeah, man, just finding stuff in there that's inspiring for me. So,
say that.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, pray that inspiration continues. I know it will, and the path continues, and keep that patience. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming through here.
No problem.
Most definitely. Thank you to the crew. Most definitely. Go see Mick Jenkins. I know you're at Numos this evening. Seattle show out. Europe show out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro.
Love. Thanks for having me.
Most definitely. Mick Jenkins live right here on KEXP, made possible by your support. Thank you for making programming like this 24/7, 365, independent radio possible. KEXP, where the music matters, KEXP.org.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.